If you're not seeking re-election, you're not running in the Liberal leadership, respectfully, why are you here in Windsor?
As you reflect on your legacy, how do you feel knowing that the consumer carbon tax is all but dead?
It's being reported that both Chrystia Freeland and Mark Carney have said that they would remove consumer carbon price if they become the Liberal Party leader.
That bringing in tariffs on goods from Canada is basically raising prices on American consumers, is raising taxes on the backs of Americans. Nobody wants that. But if indeed the incoming administration moves forward with these unfair and unjust tariffs, Canada will respond. We will respond in measured ways, but in robust ways, demonstrating once again that Canadians know how to stand up for ourselves. We've seen over the past weeks Canadians pull together all across the country with a pride in our identity, with a pride in our economy, with a pride in country that usually only happens around Olympic hockey games. It has been wonderful to see how strongly Canadians are speaking up about being proud to be Canadian. And it's also been wonderful to see so many people pull together across the political spectrum. The premiers yesterday, business and leaders across the country with the Council on Canada-US Relations, and ordinary Canadians, including workers at this plant, standing up to make sure that we move forward in the right directions.
It's being reported that both Chrystia Freeland and Mark Carney have said that they would remove consumer carbon price if they become the Liberal Party leader. I wonder, what are your thoughts on it, and what do you have to say to them?
We only have to look at the wildfires in California, at the increasing cost of climate change, about the fact that so much of the world is understanding the advantages and the economic growth that comes from decarbonization, to realize we need to continue to fight climate change as a way of creating jobs and prosperity for people right across the country and indeed around the world. That's why people running in elections and running for the leadership will be able to put forward their own ideas about how to fight climate change. But I'm very, very proud of our record of standing up and fighting climate change and making life more affordable for Canadians.
If you're not seeking re-election, you're not running in the Liberal leadership, respectfully, why are you here in Windsor? This essentially feels like a campaign whistle-stop visit of our wonderful city. Why spend all this money on security and travel if you're not campaigning?
The job of a Prime Minister is not first and foremost to campaign. The job of a Prime Minister is to fight for Canadians, fight for these workers who here in Windsor are more exposed to trade with the United States than anyone else. And being here to reassure members of unions, people on the shop floor here, that the federal government continues to be there for them and will fight for them in this incredibly crucial time where an incoming American administration is proposing tariffs that would damage not just people here in Windsor, but people right across the country and indeed in the United States. This is a time for a Prime Minister to show up and fight, and that is exactly what I'm doing.
As you reflect on your legacy, how do you feel knowing that the consumer carbon tax is all but dead?
I am not spending any time right now reflecting on my legacy. I'm very much focused on continuing to do the work as Prime Minister. We are facing significant challenges to our economy from south of the border, and we're fighting for that every single day. We're facing increasing challenges from climate change at home and around the world. And we're continuing to step up by having moved forward on a price on pollution that not only reduces emissions and incentivizes green investment, but puts more money in people's pockets right across the country. Future governments will make the choices they make, but Canadians can know that it is possible to both fight climate change and put more money in the pockets of the middle class at the same time.